If I haven't eaten the foods that they took us away from in Africa,
I've been hungry all my life. Yeah. Starved to the bone.
you either go ahead, stand still, or back in life. I was born without wings. Dr. Sebi told me why. We never had to run because we won before the race. So you never have to ask to pledge allegiance to my race. Good or bad, the haters. Greetings, brothers and sisters. I go by the name of Brother Ekong. I am the creator of Eat to Live Not to Die, and started this journey when I was 23 years old. I'm now 29. The message is a hard pill to swallow. It's not gonna be easy for anyone on this planet to be able to change. Dr. Sebi was my teacher, and just like every other teacher in the world, when you went to school, you had a science teacher, say Mr. Grogan. If Mr. Grogan taught you something, wouldn't you go home and tell your mother or your father what you had learned that day? Or when you go beyond that and you go to university or you go to a PhD level or whatever, and you learn from your professors, don't you then take the information from your professors and teach other people and educate other people and tell people what your professors taught you? So I see it as the same thing. Dr. Sebi is my teacher, he's my professor. So when I learn from him, I share it with the world. That's it. So it doesn't make sense to try and undermine me or undermine Dr. Sebi, because I respect who you learn from. So you should respect who I learn from. That is all it is. Not only that, he's gone to court, New York Supreme Court of Law, and he's proven that he could cure every disease known to man. Okay, name a disease, he's cured it. He's cured millions of people around the world. Just his words alone has helped to cure millions of people around the world. Forget his products, just to listen to what he has to say. He has helped millions. And he won his court case in 1988, a year before I was born. And that case is suppressed. People don't know about that. What is greater than a man coming to the world with the answer to curing every disease on the planet Earth? What message is greater than that? Because your health is what allows you to do all the great things that you know how to do. Your health allows you to look after the children that you have right there around you right now, who are at nursery or at mums, at dads, at wherever they are. All the children in the world need to be taken care of by you, by the adults. And if you're not healthy, how can you take care of them? How can you drive your car? How can you pay your bills? How can you go to work? As soon as you're sick, they're gonna call you and say, don't worry about it, get well soon, you're replaced. So you are the most important. You are it. You know, the world revolves around you. It sounds like a selfish remark, but it's not. But the world really does revolve around you. If you disappeared off the face of the planet of the earth today, many lives will be disrupted. Do you understand? Many lives would start to crumble. So you're very significant. You know, we put no one above another. Everybody in the world is significant. First of all, let's talk about the environment of alkaline foods. Okay? In the environment of alkaline foods, everything is natural. One of the best environments to use as an example of where alkaline foods are would be Africa. Africa, especially within the Serengeti plains of Africa, are the alkaline foods that are highest in alkalinity. Why? Because within the equator of the earth, in that area of the earth are the plants that have the most power, that are filled with the most energy, because the equator of the earth is the area that receives in abundance carbon. Carbon is given to that area of the planet Earth via the sun, and the plants consume this energy, okay? And the plants consume a mineral from the ground, and while it's being charged by the sun. So, for example, inside of the ground we have iron. Iron is a mineral that pertains to the blood, okay? Because each mineral has a direct correlation to a certain body part, okay, or to a certain cell inside of the body. So the iron mineral addresses the iron cells within inside our bodies. In the ground you will also find calcium. So the calcium minerals will link or will be drawn to our calcium cells. So every single mineral on the planet, okay, is inside of us. Every mineral. Everything that's in the ground, mineral wise, if you ask a biochemist to check out what's in the ground, everything in the ground is inside of our bodies as well. And we need to consume the foods that come from the ground. So when the plants eat the minerals and we eat the plants, we are able to get the minerals that was in the ground. Let me say that one more time. For us to get the minerals in the ground, the plant must eat the minerals from the ground through its roots and bring it into itself, and then we have to eat the plant to get the minerals that the plant got from the ground. I hope that didn't go over your head. We are carbon copies of nature. All those fruits and vegetables out there growing in nature without the aid of a man, meaning if everyone died on the planet today, what plants would continue to grow and what plants wouldn't grow? Because if men stopped planting sugarcane, there will be no sugarcane. If men stopped planting barley, there would be no barley. If men stopped planting beetroot, there would be no beetroot. If men stopped planting carrots, there would be no carrots. But if every single human being on the planet Earth died today, without men, mangoes would grow. Without men, soursop would grow. Without men, civil oranges will grow. Without men, the elderberries would grow. Without no one doing anything. Just, there's no humans in the world. There would be things that will grow by itself. So these are the things that are alkaline. These are the things that we are asking you to consume or suggesting for you to consume other than what you're consuming now. There's no greater diet. The alkaline, it's not even a diet, sorry. There's no greater lifestyle. And if we was to call it a diet, the alkaline diet would be the Rolls Royce of diets. If we was to go and name it a diet. But it's not a diet. This is a lifestyle. This is something that you don't pick it up today and drop it tomorrow. You give your life to this. You surrender your life to the alkaline way of living. How do we get those alkaline foods? We're living in the UK, we're living in America, we're living in Australia, we're living in different places that may not have certain foods that I am talking about. Understood? So what Dr. Sebi has given us is a nutritional guide, and behind me is a poster of the nutritional guide. These are the foods that have been recommended for us to consume, because these are the foods, these are not all the alkaline foods in the world. No way, we would need 1 million posters. These are the foods that are the most available to every single person in the world. If we look across the whole world and we look at the foods inside of the places within the world, these foods, you'd find them there. You know, it would be these foods, a majority, that you would find in those places. And these are foods that have the least acid inside of them. okay? We know that you can only do the best with what you have. That's understood. We understand that. So we need to put that to practice at its highest sense of the words. Okay? We have to really do our best with what we have and go the extra mile for self. You are number one. You know, you are number one. So the alkaline foods are the foods on our nutrition poster that Dr. Sebi is giving to us. All right. We must consume these foods for optimum health, you know, so that we don't create mucus in the body. The food helps to remove the mucus, all right? And we must do that forever, okay? But we must learn how to prepare those foods. What is the difference between alkaline foods and the normal conventional food that we eat today? Well, the difference between alkaline foods and the normal food that we eat day to day is that the foods that we eat day to day is fake. Like, we are not fake people, so we don't need fake food. We are not synthetic people, so we don't need synthetic food. Do you understand? We are not made from plastic, so we shouldn't be eating plastic. We need to be eating the foods that are made up of the things that we are made up of. So for example, these are the 3 things that we're eating today that is finessing our health, okay? Number 1 is meat. Meat is uric acid, okay? That is the residual of eating meat. That's what you get when you eat meat, okay? Just like when you sand wood, the residual of you doing that is going to be the dust, you know, the byproduct. So the byproduct of consuming meat is called uric acid. And uric acid decays the cells. It destroys the cells. It melts the cells. It compromises the cells. We are not solid people. We are tiny little dots bunched up together, making a human being, making your bones, making your blood. So those little tiny cells are being compromised every time we consume meat. Okay? Not only that, the meat rots inside of our digestive system. It festers in the digestive tracts and it sticks to the walls inside of our bellies, inside of our intestines, and it starts to decay, it starts to rot. Worms start to form around it. You know, parasites start to form inside of the body. So the worms are formed from whatever you eat. The worms are inside of the food that you consume. So when you're consuming flesh, you're consuming maggots, you're consuming worms, you're consuming parasites. Everyone that eats meat has worms inside of them, okay? These worms start to control you emotionally, energetically. It makes you do things out of character. It makes you wake up in the night at 2:49 a.m. looking for food. It doesn't allow you to be humble. It makes you irritable. It makes you angry. It makes you feel sad when you don't have it. It makes you feel depressed. And when you do have it, you feel joyful. You feel happy. Food is protected like how you would protect your child. That's how we speak of food so highly. When we speak bad about the food, like if we was to speak bad about your child, you're gonna go crazy. Chicken is garbage. Meat is garbage. You know, prawns is garbage. But you know you're just feeding yourself and your daughter prawns and chicken just a couple hours ago. So what's this person trying to say? That I'm incompetent? What's this person trying to say? That I'm poisoning my children and myself? What's this person trying to say? That I'm not a good parent or something? What's this person trying to say? That he knows more than me, or he knows better than me? So all kinds of things that we try to fathom to escape the reality of the truth. There's no one on the planet today that has said to a doctor, "Oh doctor, you were so right. I started eating more lamb, more chicken, more turkey, more eggs, more bacon, more cheese, and more hamburgers, and I feel on top of the world. You know, my skin's clearing up. You know, like my breathing has become better. You know, I've got lots and lots of energy, and you know, like life is taking a different turn. You know, I'm feeling out of this world. Thank you for that advice." That's not happening. Them conversations there don't happen in the world. The type of conversations that are happening in the world right now are conversations that go like, "You know what, yeah, I said to myself, let me try what this doctor said." So I cut out meat for just 2 days a week, and you know, I tried eating, you know, some salad and all of that, and I cut out the fizzy stuff, started drinking a bit more water, and you know what? Just that alone, I can actually say I feel good, I feel light. You know, I feel like I've got a bit more energy now, I don't get as tired no more, just by that little change. These are the types of questions or the types of remarks that we're hearing today, whether it's in the hospital, whether it's by friends and family. These are the types of conversations that we're hearing nowadays. So we know that the meat is not good, and even the people that sell us the meat on the news and in newspapers and in magazines, they're telling us that it's bad now. Meat found in horse meat found in this thing, and you know, meat causes cancer now, and you know, research shows that cigarettes has more this. They're telling us everything. There's nothing that they ain't told us yet. You know, tampons, the chemicals that are in tampons, yeah, are in vaccinations. We know this. You know, Monsanto, we know now. It's out there. So the best thing we can do now is to do our best with what we have. That is it. That's all we need to do. So meat, uric acid, starch is another thing. Carbonic acid. Carbonic acid, remember, uric acid, what does acid do? Burn, corrode, destroy. So carbonic acid is the residual of consuming starch. Okay, just like uric acid is the residual of consuming meat. So the carbonic acid now, that also compromises the mucous membrane. Your body, this is your skin. Okay, behind your skin there's a mucous membrane. What has happened is that it's gone past the skin, because you're not opening your skin to put the food in your skin. You're putting the food in your mouth. So you've bypassed that, because the skin is a protective wall, isn't it? So we don't talk about the skin now. So inside of you, you've put food inside of you. Here, the mucous membrane. The food has eaten your mucous membrane. Your mucous membrane is the protective layer between your heart and the damaging food. That is the mucous membrane. The mucous membrane is the protective layer between your kidneys and the damaging food. So when you consume the carbonic acid, it starts to eat away at the mucous membrane, now attacking your lungs, now attacking your heart, now attacking your pancreas, now attacking your duodenum, now attacking all these different areas of the body. That is what happens when you consume starch, and it's thick like a glue. Starch is cyanide. If you go and research cyanide, cyanide is a poison. Sugar is starch, starch cyanide. Period. That's the facts. Sugar, starch, cyanide. That's how it goes. So when you're consuming sugar cane, which is anyone that's consuming sugar cane in the world, please stop. Or if you know anyone that is drinking sugarcane juice, please advise them to stop. Because that's the quickest way for you to get diabetes. That's the quickest way for you to put the most starch that you possibly can in your body in one sitting. It is one of the most acidic things that you could ever put inside of your body. At one point in this world, go and research it, sugar was illegal to sell. okay? Because it reacted to the brain just as how cocaine would react to the brain. So that means that anyone who loves sugar, you are a cocaine addict. What do? You know, like, now that you found out that you're a sugar addict, what do? You must slowly remove yourself from that addiction. If you consume sugar 15 times a day, bring it down to 10. All it is cutting down. Everything in life happens gradually. Fruits don't grow instantly. The sun doesn't rise instantly. The sun doesn't set instantly. You know, even sex is not an instant thing. There must be a gradual process to it. The sun comes up gradually. The moon goes to full moon gradually. Fruits and vegetables grow gradually. Everything, there's a gradual process to it. Nothing is ever instant, you know? So treat it as such. Understand that you will change, you're going to change, you want to change, and make conscious steps to change gradually. That is it. Lactic acid is the residual of milk, okay? Dairy products. Lactic acid, just like how the residual of meat is uric acid and the residual of starch is carbonic acid, the residual of milk is lactic acid. And again, lactic acid goes into the body and creates mucus. Everyone knows that cow's milk contains pus, you know, growth hormones, all kinds of detrimental chemicals and just garbage. So your mother and father is not a cow, so why would you want to drink cow's milk anyway? I know that our mums and dads and sisters and aunties and uncles and granddads and, you know, have taught us that drinking milk is good and you should drink milk, but they're wrong as well. You know, it's okay for your mum and your dad to be wrong. It's okay. I know we want to listen to mum and we want to listen to dad because that's our mother and father or our grandma and granddad or our wife or our husband or whoever. We want to listen to them, but they can be wrong as well. You know, what is cereal? Why do we need cereal? Cereal has a release date, just like carrots have a release date. Carrots wasn't always here from the beginning of creation. Beetroot was not here since the beginning of creation. What is cereal? Why do we need cereal for? Cereal has almost become like an excuse to drink milk, isn't it? When you remove the whole milk issue, what is the use of the cereal now? Do you understand? So we don't need that. The first thing that we need to be doing in the morning is giving thanks that we're alive, first of all, okay? Being grateful for life. And then drinking your warm glass of lime water or warm water by itself. If you have key limes, you can add key limes to it, key lime juice. And then after that, we need to be eating our fruits. You know? And then after that, we have our meal. You know, some people eat twice a day, some people eat once a day, and that is it. After 9 o'clock, you shouldn't really be eating no more food. Some people might say even before that. Some people will say 7, some people will say 6. But it's up to you how you want to do it. But you shouldn't be eating any food to realistically after 9, 10 o'clock. Doesn't make sense because the digestive system isn't made to work at those hours, especially eating and then hitting the bed. That's not good either. You know, the body needs a certain amount of time for consumption, digestion, absorption, elimination. The body needs time to do these things. Cheese is expired milk. That is it. Cheese is gone off milk. So when we consume it, our body turns this milk into a gooey substance, you know, that latches onto us, that is very acidic. It clogs arteries. So does the starch. So does the meat. It clogs our arteries. It makes our blood very thick, when our blood is supposed to flow free in our bodies like water, but now it's very muddy due to the blood, starch, and the dairy. So these are the foods that is harming us today. You know, there's nothing killing us faster than the food that we're putting in our mouth. Forget the bullets, forget the knives, forget accidents. The number one killer in this world is disease. And disease can't be locked up. Disease cannot be arrested. Disease cannot be caught. Disease is what you do to yourself. You know, disease is self-assassination. The assassination of self. We are killing ourselves. We are killing our babies. We are killing our children. We don't know. We're not doing it on purpose, obviously. Some of us know better but still continue to do wrong. Some of us know better and we do right. But it's hard as well. Some people know and continue to do it because they don't have the means to do anything different. And we overstand that. However, does it mean that you're still not killing yourself? No, you're still killing yourself, even though you don't have the means to not kill yourself. If you know what I'm saying. It's a cold world. But for the people out there that can do for self and can also do for others, help yourself so you can help other people. You know, we have turned into a race of human beings that are addicts. We are just addicts. We are addicted to everything. We're addicted to flesh, we're addicted to dairy, and we're addicted to starch. The starch comes in many forms, dead carcass comes in many forms, and the dairy comes in many forms. Okay, speak less of, you know, what the bacon does to your brain and what the lamb does to you, you know, which we'll get into in another segment. So what Eat to Live Not to Die has done to try and tackle this problem, the problem of not knowing, because that's all it really is, isn't it? We don't know. All we want is the truth, but no one's giving it to us. All we need is help, but no one is giving it to us. All we need is support, but no one is giving it to us. So we must help and support ourselves. We have to, we must. And then when we do that, then we can help others. So what Eat to Live Not to Die has done to help the situation is we have created an inventory. And our inventory consists of products that will help to enlighten and educate people who seek to be on an alkaline lifestyle. Eat to Live Not to Die have created specific ways in sharing the message, okay? And one of the ways that we share our message is through books. And this book is called Eat to Live Not to Die, Hidden Facts on Health and Nutrition. This is the knowledge behind the alkaline life, the alkaline lifestyle. This is just 1% of what we need to know. You know, it breaks down everything from who is Dr. Sebi to the breakdown of why we say soybeans is tofu. It lets you know which bananas are the best bananas to be eaten at the moment. It lets you know about why we need iron, what hybrid foods are, and what GMO foods are, and so on and so forth. This is a visual creation of Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide. This guide is not ours. Dr. Sebi made it. But what we have done is what we have put it in picture form, just like the poster that you see behind me. This is a pocket version of that. So this is good to take on the road. It's good to take with you when you're shopping. It's good to share the information with your loved ones quickly. Just take it out your bag. It's good to just walk around with, okay? And it also has a few recipes in the back, you know, just examples that you can see that will motivate you to want to actually take on this alkaline lifestyle. We also have our alkaline food alphabet and number book. We created this for children. This is a children's book, and it was inspired by my daughter, because I didn't want my daughter to be going to school and they be teaching her about C is for carrot, B is for beetroot or broccoli. No, that's not what I want, you know. So I created it just merely out of, it's a necessity. All of us, not just for me, for every child in the world. Why should we raise children like us? Why should we raise children that don't know like us? If we know better, we have to try and do better. And part of that is re-educating the children on what is alkaline food. And that is it. So as you can see, S is for sea moss, T is for tamarind. It goes on and on and on, and all the way to Z. And in the back, we have the numbers. So, for example, 22 blueberries, you know, 21 anchiotes, just to bring about that sense of, wow, like we can actually learn alkaline foods through alphabet and numbers, and it can be fun. Yeah, that's what we got to do. We also have our Hair for Life oil. Now, Hair for Life contains 2 ingredients only. They are batana and olive oil. Batana comes from a tree in Central America that bears a nut, and the nut is grinded down into a brown paste, and they use it over there to reverse the effects of grey hairs. They also use it over there for their skin to remove scars. They also use it to nourish the hair from its root to its tip, not just to reverse the grey hairs as well. We have to understand that grey hairs can be caused by 2 things: malnourishment and stress, okay? And this removes the grey hairs that is caused by malnourishment. The stress is up to you, you know? So you can use it on your hair and you can use it on your skin. Anything that you use on your hair, you must kind of be able to use it on your skin, because if you shave every single hair off your body, from your eyebrows to your head, everything, you're just skin. Everything is the same. So you should be using anything on your head, on your skin, anything on your skin, on your head. And no, it won't grow the hair on your skin. The only way to grow the hair on your skin is for you to remove the hair from your skin using a blade or whatever. That's what grows the hair on the skin. We also have here our sea moss, okay? It's in raw form, comes from the Caribbean. Sea moss is a seaweed that contains 92 of the 102 minerals. It's also called scientifically Chondrus crypsis, and some even call it carrageen, okay? Now, it helps to nourish the endocrine system. The endocrine system is the system that rules our lives. The endocrine system is the system that supports the nourishment of our glands. You know, the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, the pituitary gland, you know, all the glands, the breast, everything. Anything that is a gland, the sea moss nourishes that, okay? It's very important for us to nourish the endocrine system, because the endocrine system is a system that not only does it help to allow the body function at its maximum capabilities, it is also the system that nourishes not only the brain, but the lymphatic system, but the nervous system, the system that carries the electricity to different various parts of the body, because it's a conduit. The brain creates the electricity, and the nerves, the lymphatic system, transports the electricity to the fingers, to the heart, to the lungs, to all the places that needs movement. The heart moves, so it needs electricity to do that. So 𝐸𝐴 nourishes all of these parts of the body. The only thing that 𝐸𝐴 does not contain is iron. Iron contains carbon, and carbon is what nourishes the pineal gland, and the pineal gland is made, like I said, from carbon, and the cerebral cortex, which is the brain, is made from copper. Now, whoever's an electrician knows that the friction between carbon and copper, when it's touching each other, the vibration of it, it creates resonance, it creates electricity. Iron is necessary for energy. Iron is necessary to keep us moving, but the strength is inside of the 𝐸𝐴. Okay, you can use it for your kidneys, any problems with kidneys, but more so the bones. Out of all of the minerals inside of 𝐸𝐴, it is calcium that it contains the most of. It contains 92, but let's say, for example, out of that 92%, 40% out of that 92 belongs to the calcium mineral. So this contains the most calcium out of anything on this planet. Okay, so anyone suffering from osteoporosis, you know, rheumatoid arthritis, general arthritis, they need 𝐸𝐴. Okay, even problems with their bowel syndrome or whatever. Okay, it helps the stomach very, very, very much. Our iron fluorine tea tastes disgusting, tastes nasty. After you try it, you might not want to taste it again, but it's good for you. Most of the things in the world that is good for us don't taste good anyway, and that's just how life goes. The body needs what, literally needs what it is. If burdock root contains iron, your body's screaming out for burdock root. You know, if let's say, for example, the lily of the valley contains gold, your body's screaming out for gold, but in the mineral form, but you're gonna get it from a plant. So the body's screaming out loud every day for all of these things that it knows it needs, but you're giving it soda, you're giving it pork, you're giving it dead animals, you're giving it Haribos, you're giving it sweets, you're giving it things that it can't use to help you. You know, if you need a hammer and someone keeps on giving you a saw when you keep asking for a hammer, the job will never get done. So iron is what we all need, okay? And more so the African people of this world. We are lacking iron so much that we are the ones that are suffering the most on the planet. Go and research it, of diabetes, sickle cell, blood related issues. We suffer the most when you do the research. It's because we are lacking iron, and we haven't had iron for hundreds of years. Nobody has iron. The iron that we consume day to day is iron oxide, which is the rock form of iron. But we actually need iron fluorine, which is the plant version of iron. The plant version of iron is easily digested by our bodies, but the rock version of iron, the body cannot digest that, because the body cannot digest material that you use to make a bridge with, material that you use to make a bike with, material that you use to make a car with. We can't eat solid iron. We need the plant version of iron, because that's how iron comes in two forms. Iron comes as a plant and iron comes as a rock. The Western world has been feeding us a rock when we should be consuming the plants, the plant version of iron, and that is it. So this has 5 of the most powerful iron herbs in the world. There are many iron herbs, but these are the ones that not only Dr. Sebi, many other healers know about, that are in the know. You know, so it's sour sarsaparilla, elderberry, blue vervain, yellow dock and burdock. Very good for any blood related issues, tiredness, fatigue, and so on and so forth. The douche comes with 2 herbs, 2 packs of herbs, and the 2 herbs are called red clover. Okay, it also comes with instructions. So this is the bottle that you're gonna put the herbs in after you've boiled it. All right, and it also comes with 3 washing heads. This is what you're gonna put into the uterus. It connects to this, right? And you insert it into the uterus, you hold the bottle, and then you pump the bottle, and the herbs that you prepared will spray out like an umbrella. Imagine an umbrella, water was coming out of the sides of an umbrella. That's how it would look. Okay? And those herbs that are coming out of this washing head, out of the douche, those herbs will be cleansing the uterus walls. Cleansing the uterus walls. It's going into the uterus. It's passing through the uterus walls, and it's going into your body, because we are not solid. We are not solid humans. We are tiny cells bunched together, making a human being. So the herbs, the liquid essence of red clover, is going to go inside of you, and it's going to start removing things from you. That's all it is. It's going to start removing things, and those things are caused. Why are those things there? Fibroids is there, ovarian cysts, you know, swelling, vaginal discharge. All of these things is happening inside the uterus. So the uterus is already at an acidic state. So the women out there that's saying, oh, you're removing the natural bacteria from the uterus, or you're removing the pH of the uterus is already in an acidic state. The uterus is already in a deficit. It's already suffering. It's already going through something. It's a manifestation of disease is happening. So we can't talk about that. We have to talk about results. We have to talk about solutions, because you can't be in the world, you're part of a problem or you're part of the solution. You can't be in between. You have to be part of the problem or part of the solution. So this is the solution, and the solution is using the douche to allow the herbs to go inside of the uterus and remove mucus from the uterus. That is the only purpose of douching, to help to remove fibroids, cysts, swelling, all of that from the uterus. That is it. Okay? It is also something that red clover is also something that you can drink, because even though you're going to the primary source using the douche, which is good, you must also drink it as well. Because remember, where does the blood not go? Think about that. When you drink a liquid, when you pour a liquid on the floor, does the liquid travel in a straight line? No, it doesn't. So when you drink juice, is the juice going down you in a straight line? No, it doesn't. As soon as it hits your tongue, it's gone everywhere. Your brain, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your lips, your shoulders, everything. So when you drink the herbs are gonna go everywhere, and gravity is taking it down to the uterus, because that's what's happening when you're eating your pork and your cheese and your eggs and your bread and your coffee. When you eat all that stuff, it's going down, goes into your breast cancer. I've got a lump in my breast, this and that. When you're using deodorant, same thing. When you put anything on your armpits, the armpits is another place where it has some of the biggest pores in the body. So those aluminiums and chemicals goes from the armpit straight to your to your mammary glands, your breast. Then your breasts become toxic. Do you get what I'm saying? It becomes a place where toxicity exists, where it stays. Okay, so that is gonna get fed to the child. So we need to start using natural body antiperspirants or deodorants. Well, let me be real actually. There's none. You have to make it yourself. I'm sorry. There's no antiperspirant or deodorant on this earth that contains natural stuff inside of it. No, I don't agree. Because what is inside of it though? How is it natural? Because I'm going to tell you something right now, 2 ingredients to make this. But go and ask them, what is inside of that bottle? How does it spray out? Why does it spray out like that? What is the solution in the bottle? What is it made from? You know, all of that, they can't tell you. This is not natural. But what is natural is you get your bottle, you fill it with water, and you fill it halfway with lime juice. Half lime juice, half water. And then you just spray that underneath your armpit and you're good to go. 2 ingredients from Mother Nature, lime juice and water. But if you go to any of these people that talk about antiperspirants and deodorant, if you look at the back of that bottle, I promise you there's more than 5 ingredients in there. I promise you. Let's just be real. So we need to stop using that, because with females especially, it happens to men as well, 100 million %. We call this chest, but it's really breast. But we don't want to call it breast, so we call it chest. Do you get what I mean? But the man also has glands. This is a gland, also for a man, okay? And this can also be filled with toxins as well, alright? Douching is not something that females of today are used to doing. Fully understand that. However, we have a man in the world, named Dr. Sebi, who promoted douching, who advised females to douche because he understood its equity, its profit. You know, he's told females to use it. Remember, he's dealing with experience. He's told females to use the douche and they've come back and they've had excellent results. Okay? So if you feel like you know best and you know more than Dr. Sebi, or you don't trust it, or you have to go with what you believe and what you feel. So everything can be found at eat2live.com. Every single thing. We also have a subscription page on our website. If you go there and you read it, it will tell you about our People's Package. Okay, our People's Package has to offer all of the interviews we've done in the past, podcasts. Every Sunday we're gonna do a live, a Google Hangouts live chat stream. We're gonna have lectures on there. We're gonna have so many things, recipes. So it's gonna be a headquarters, a place where you can go to watch anything you want. You can ask questions and we will answer them through video form, and you have exclusive access to that. Alright? So that's about it for today, brothers and sisters. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening.